Welcome back to Journey of Joy. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I know I haven't posted in a while. Life is super hectic and everything, but more content will be coming pretty soon, especially from class itself and just kind of like a life update. I'm going to try to post if not twice a week, then once every week. So yeah, hope you guys stay tuned. Basically I'm back today because I have to post something for my advanced coaching theory course during my master's program. So today basically we'll just be walking through a prep program for an athlete, which is basically like in layman's term, it's just walking through like a warm-up protocol and stuff like that, just to get the body moving and the body going before practice or before a competition, just to loosen the muscles and get blood flow working throughout the entire body, so that the athlete is well prepared and can move efficiently through whatever they are doing. So basically there are three things that we have to focus on: R1, which is release; R2, which is resetting; and then R3, which is readiness. So for R1, we like to look at different ways to relieve stiffness and tightness in certain muscles. So one thing that we do use is a lacrosse ball, and this mainly focuses on specific trigger points in smaller areas, just because the circumference size of the ball is pretty small in general. So I'll be showing you guys how we would use it on, say, if you wanted to relieve stiffness and tightness from the hamstring. So basically what you want to do is you want to take the ball and you want to place it, say we have a mid hamstring tightness, so you want to place it under, and you just basically want to put all of your weight on the ball, and you want to move back and forth with the ball, making sure that you reach every area of the piece of the hamstring that has an issue. So you'll do this for about 1 to 2 minutes, just to give it a quick roll and give it a quick stretch out, so that way it can relieve the tightness that's within your hamstring. Another thing that we can use just for releasing the stiffness and tightness in your hamstring is a foam roller. So they come in handy. They're very great. So basically you would do the exact same thing, but this kind of works out more of a larger area, since the surface area of the actual foam roller is larger. So it's, instead of a trigger point, it's more of the entire hamstring itself, or the entire thigh itself. So yeah, basically you would put it under, and then you're just gonna put all your body weight on it and just roll back and forth, making sure that you get every point. And sometimes if you want to just stay in one spot and just focus on that spot, you can, but you just want to basically just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for about 1 to 2 minutes, just to release all that stiffness and tightness. And it should be uncomfortable. You don't want it to be comfortable, because then you're not putting all of your weight on it and it's not doing what it needs to do. So yeah, that's the second technique as far as releasing tightness. So R1. You can also use a personal roller, like a hand roller. So it's basically the same concept. It's more of a quicker method to do it. So I guess it just kind of depends on the athlete and how well it works for them. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to R2, which is resetting. So resetting is basically trying to optimize everything and bringing the body back to somewhat of a homeostasis setting and centering yourself for competition or for practice, to be efficient and properly prepared. So we're gonna focus on breathing through the nose, so inhaling and then exhaling through the mouth, which just controls and regulates everything well, instead of breathing in and breathing out through just your nose, or breathing in and breathing out just through your mouth. And basically you want to maintain a constant and steady rate of breathing. So So you want it to be that way just so that like you're not breathing too fast and you hyperventilate, or you're not breathing too slow. Like you want to maintain a constant rate. You want to focus also on head control, especially when you're performing in a competition. Well, also in practice as well, but you want to focus on head control and trying to keep it in a neutral state and not completely moving it everywhere and every which way, just because of the fact that it helps to maintain equilibrium, because it is your head and it's sitting on top of your shoulders. So if you say, for example, the sport that I wish to focus on more in my future career as a strength and conditioning coach would be track, just because I was a DT track runner in my undergrad career. But like if you're sprinting a 100 meter, you don't want your head to be everywhere, simply because you're running in a straight line. So if your head's everywhere, then your body is going to follow and your body is going to be all over the place, and that's not what you want, especially if you're trying to win the race, or break a PR or set a new PR. So yeah, you just want to maintain a neutral headspace, just so that you can maintain equilibrium throughout your entire body. And lastly, for R3, we have readiness. So readiness focuses on 3 things: physiological, biomechanical, and just specific to the particular sport. So like I said earlier, I'm working on I want to work in my future career with track athletes, just because I can relate to that and I love the sport of track. So physiological, we just want to basically we want to focus on raising like a core body temp. So in my living room, so I can't really do a run, but basically that would just be like 1 lap around the track, whether it's jogging or running. But you want to raise your core temperature, just to get your muscles going and your blood flowing and stuff like that, just to prepare you for the next steps in practice or in competition. Biomechanical, we're going to focus on different warm-up things. So I'm going to demonstrate some warm-up things that I did when I was in track. So we had A skips, B skips, and C skips. So A skips are just, actually I'm going to go this way, but A skips just are just to get the body going. We're going to do it again. Okay. B skips are a little bit different, but it still gets the body moving, gets the body going, and stuff like that. It just adds one more component into it. So it's again. And then finally we have C skips. C skips are a little bit more complicated, and it really gets the blood pumping and the body moving. So we're just going to demonstrate those. So 2, 3, and then we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again this way, just so you can see it from the front. So it's 1, 2, 3. So you just keep doing those. And then we're just going to sit like this for a second. For specifics, as far as running track or whatever, we're going to focus on hurdles. So one thing that is specific to hurdles is high knees, of course, because you have to be able to get up the hurdle when you're running full speed at a stationary object, which is kind of scary in some aspects. But I know a lot of great hurdlers when I was a DT track runner, and I don't know how they did it, but I give them props, because I could never do it, especially because I'm 5 feet. So yeah, basically we're just gonna focus on some leg swings. It's kind of like a warm up for those hurdlers, just to get range of motion in the hip and everything. And then we're gonna, I'm gonna just demonstrate high knees. So leg swings are pretty easy. You basically just center yourself onto something, and then you just get all the range of motion in your hip area. So you do it on both legs, and then you can also do it front and back. You do it on both sides. It gets all the blood flowing, trust me, in your hips and everything. And then high knees, basically, is how it sounds, but high knees. It's basically it. So, yeah,